the world's top-selling girl groups, with hits like I'm in the Mood for Dancing, Gotta Pull Myself Together, and Sexy Music. They are the Nolans, an Anglo-Irish family of singers who rose to fame in the late 70s and early 80s, but behind their catchy tunes and dazzling smiles, they've faced many challenges and tragedies. From sexual abuse and domestic violence to divorce and bankruptcies, the Nolans have endured more than their fair share of hardship. And now they're facing their toughest battle yet, cancer. Facts First presents Linda Nolan Speaks Her Mind as tragedy strikes the Nolan sisters again. Fighting a losing battle. Linda Nolan, the 64-year-old singer who rose to fame in the 1970s alongside her sisters, shared some devastating news during an interview on Good Morning Britain on Monday, March 27, 2023. Despite her positive outlook on life and hope for successful treatment, Linda revealed her cancer has unfortunately spread to her brain, a daunting diagnosis given the limited treatment options available. But she remains resolute and optimistic, continuing to fight the disease, even as she faces losing her hair for the fourth time. The prognosis for brain cancer depends on many factors, such as the grade and type of the tumor, the age and health of the patient, and response to treatment. Some types of brain cancer are more aggressive and have lower survival rates than others. The treatment for brain cancer varies depending on the type of tumor and its location. The main treatment options usually include surgery, radiation therapy, and chemotherapy. Linda has stated that at the moment, given the type of cancer she's suffering from and how far it's spread, chemo remains the only option on the table. Fans of the Nolan sisters have tragically witnessed the aging musicians deal with hardship after hardship. Let's take a moment to check in with the surviving sisters while also paying our respects to the sister who's sadly no longer with us. The Nolan sisters then and now. In 1974, five sisters from Ireland took the music world by storm. Maureen, Anne, Linda, Coleen, and Bernie formed a group, originally calling themselves the Nolan sisters. As their popularity grew, they streamlined the name to simply the Nolans in 1980. Between 1979 and 82, their infectious tunes like Attention to Me, Gotta Pull Myself Together, and Don't Make Waves, as well as the iconic I'm in the Mood for Dancing, topped international charts. Their music was so popular they sold over 30 million records, a monumental achievement that made them one of the biggest girl groups of all time. They were the first Irish group to sell over 1 million records worldwide. The Nolans' popularity wasn't limited to their home country, though. They were huge in Japan, where they recorded 6 albums in Japanese and outsold the likes of Michael Jackson, Beyoncé, and the Beatles combined. They even won Tokyo's musical festival in 1981, becoming the first European act to do so. Their music caught the attention of some of the biggest names in the industry, too. They toured with Frank Sinatra in 1975 and were discovered by Joe Louis, who went on to become the owner of Spurs. Joe introduced them to his friend Cliff Richard, and the sisters went on to become regulars on his television show in 1974. In 2009, Coleen, Linda, Maureen, and the late Bernie returned to the stage with a show-stopping tour that proved their music still resonated with modern audiences everywhere. And in 2021, they were awarded a Variety Legend of Industry Award for their incredible contributions to recorded music and entertainment. Though Bernie was no longer with them, her memory lived on as her daughter Erin was given a plaque in her honor. Linda Nolan. Although she celebrated her 64th birthday recently, Linda's battle with cancer has been going on since 2005, when she received a diagnosis of stage 3 breast cancer. After receiving the all clear in 2006, she was struck with a form of incurable secondary cancer in her hip in 2017 and later in her liver in 2020. Before achieving pop superstardom alongside her sisters, Linda collaborated with her younger sibling Coleen as part of the Young Moody Band, releasing a song in 1981. But her career didn't stop there. She went on to star in several musicals, racking up over 1,000 performances in Maggie May on Blackpool Pier alone. She even appeared in Prisoner Cell Block H, the musical, sharing the stage with Lily Savage, as well as Menopause, the musical. The Nolan sisters are no strangers to the theater, with Bernie, Denise, Linda, and Maureen all taking on the role of Mrs. Johnstone in Blood Brothers. In fact, they even hold a Guinness World Record for the most sisters to play the same role in a musical. In 2018, Linda released her remarkably candid autobiography, From My Heart, which became a Sunday Times bestseller. And let's not forget her stint in the celebrity Big Brother house in 2017, where she made headlines for her saucy confession that she had had sex with loads of men in front of her late husband, Brian Hudson, boldly stating, "I'm a Nolan, not a nun." Bernie Nolan. In 2013, the Nolans suffered a tragic loss when Bernie, the second youngest sister, passed away from cancer at age 52. She was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2010, but after undergoing chemotherapy and breast reconstruction, she believed she had defeated the disease. Sadly, her hopes were short-lived, as in the summer of 2012, she learned the cancer had returned and spread to her left breast, brain, lungs, liver, and bones. She remained determined to fight on, but passed away peacefully in her sleep July 4, 2013. Bernie's courage in the face of her illness inspired many, and she remained positive throughout her battle. Coleen Nolan. After her time with the group, Coleen has carved out a successful career for herself, becoming a familiar face on daytime TV as a regular panelist on Loose Women. She's also no stranger to the world of reality TV, having taken part in the ice skating competition Dancing on Ice in 2019, and not one but two stints in the celebrity Big Brother house. In her personal life, Coleen has been married twice. Her first marriage was to actor Shane Ritchie, which lasted from 1990 to 99, and they share two children, Shane Jr. and Jake. Later, she tied the knot with Ray in 2007, but sadly the couple split in 2018. They have one daughter together, Ciara, who's now 22. Anne Nolan. Anne, the eldest Nolan, bravely fought and won her first battle with breast cancer in 2000, but in April 2020, she was dealt a devastating blow when she was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer once again, just days after her sister Linda received her own cancer diagnosis. The shocking news came shortly after they wrapped up filming their show, The Nolans Go Cruising. Determined to beat the disease that had claimed their sister Bernie, the sisters embarked on their battle together, undergoing chemotherapy at the same time. Maureen Nolan, who's now 68, has not let her sister Linda's illness stop her from performing. In fact, she stepped up to take over Linda's role in the musical Girls Just Want to Have Fun as of 2021. In an interview with The Mirror, Maureen shared her excitement about joining the production by saying, "I wish the circumstances were different, but I'm thrilled to be a part of this amazing and fun show." In 2018, Maureen decided to undergo a facelift despite her sister Colleen's disapproval on national TV. On Loose Women, Maureen revealed that the loss of her sister Bernie to cancer and her divorce from her partner of 28 years had taken a toll on her appearance. During her visit to the Harley Street Skin Clinic, Maureen underwent a neck lift, skin peel, and lower facelift. The procedure involved cutting the skin at the side of her ears and pulling it back to tighten it. The 7,500-pound surgery resulted in a remarkable transformation for Maureen. She is a highly acclaimed musical theater performer and has starred in numerous productions such as Mum's the Word, Peter Pan, Footloose, and The Naked Truth, where she even learned how to pole dance. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you know that Linda Nolan was dealing with cancer and that it has spread to her brain? And were you aware her sister Bernie succumbed to her battle with breast cancer in 2013? Let us know in the comments section below. And as always, thanks for watching.